My name's Shawn Moore, and I'm from Chicago. My work as a violinist and also musician in general, and also as an admissions officer for Bard College. I lived in Beijing since I moved here, 10 years. Beijing is a very special place in the world, but also in China. It's the capital, the center of government. It's a cultural center, an education center. You have the film industry here, right? You have very strong music. And so all of these things together, just on the surface, you look and like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I should spend some time here. But when I came here also, I discovered that all those things in one place also meant that you'd have just really interesting people, right? People from all over the world are coming to Beijing because this is where you get things done in all of those areas. So you get to meet a lot of interesting people who are coming. It's a place you come when you have purpose, I think. That really makes the people around you, I think, interesting in certain ways. Like they're here to do something. And I like that. I like to be around people like that. So that's what's really kept me in Beijing. I am here to make the best music I can and share that with the world, and also share the educational message of the institution I represent with as many people as I can. Liberal arts, studying broadly, drawing from other fields to inspire your focus, the field that you focus on. That's what I'm here to do. Music in China, it has a really great future. So many talented people and so much space to develop. You don't have so many preconceptions about what the music should be. So I think there's a lot of space for people to reinvent what they're doing, do new things, to take the music in interesting directions, and I really enjoy that. So for me, it's it's a great place to be for music, and I don't plan on leaving. I'm trained in the classical way, right? So for a violinist, that means there's a canon, there's a group of pieces, that everybody practices pretty much. There's a school of learning. I'm trained in the Russian school. That's very high technical standards, a lot of like scales, a lot of arpeggios, things like that. And then pieces that are traditionally studied by everybody in the canon. But I think going forward, we have to look to new methods, to new pieces, new ways of presenting the music. Here in China, I've been involved in a lot of different ways of doing that. So one of my duo partners is a wonderful pianist named Qu Dawei. He also from the classical tradition, but plays jazz. He's a composer. He can, improvise like nobody else. Just really fantastic. So we do these shows where we play improvised music, and we don't know what's going to happen always, right? Also, I work a lot with the Dean of the Bard Conservatory, Tan Dun, performing pieces that integrate modern technology, the computer software, interesting ways of presenting the audio in a 3D format, combining lights, combining things like that, and also combining traditional culture. So we just did a performance in Hunan on the theme of 女书, which was really beautiful. We had a calligrapher, and we had traditional instruments, pipa and violin, and then electronic music, and then beautiful light design. So things like this, I think, really take the music and they can repackage it for audiences in a way that's more interesting for them than just hearing it in the old format. You preserve the old in a way, but you use it to inspire new ways of presenting. I have a vision for the way that music can grow here, and that I can play a small part in that. I think I can contribute I'm given the space to do that, and I see the possibilities for growing as an artist in China. I'm very fortunate people have been giving me opportunities. So I don't, given that, I don't see any good reason why I should leave. I think the future here is bright for that, and I look forward to continuing to grow. So that's my plan. I have, so much optimism about the potential for music in China. So many people, so many students are interested in learning music, both just for enjoyment and enrichment of their intellectual life, but also maybe to become their profession. I think that's fantastic. I also think that people have less of a fixed idea about what music should be and like how it should be expressing ideas, and therefore there's almost more space to experiment and try new things, and people are willing to take that in. I think obviously there's a lot of creativity and a lot of interesting things happening in music abroad in the West, but the categories are a little more fixed, right? So I think for me personally, what I really enjoy about being here is that I can reshape my musical identity without being easily put into one box, and I really appreciate that. Oh, I certainly hope there's more collaboration in terms of music going forward. I mean, especially in times of tension, I think culture can be a bridge. So this was the case when the US and China first established relations, and now in the moment when there's a lot we disagree about, I think we can find common ground in the arts, in music, in finding beauty and meaning in things bigger than us. So I think that what the arts really does for me is takes me out of myself a little more, puts things in a bigger perspective, and I think that can help us see our common humanity. So I hope that we can work on that together and do more.